Hi Gemini, welcome to BohoMystic. My name is Marinelli, and thanks for tuning in for your monthly or your mid-month check-in. Happy birthday to all the Geminis out there. If you're celebrating today, I know we're closing your season soon, but hi. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting one. So when I started tuning into the collective and into your sign, I got a few things just popping through my mind. And the first thing was fairy tale. Like as though you were seeking out the comfort of a fairy tale. Or you were, I wrote things down, so were you living in a fairy tale at this moment? But I don't think in a good way. I also heard tough love session. So I think that some of my Geminis out there may be having a difficult go of it recently. And that sucks. Like you are maybe escaping in daydreams because things are not going so well right now. So I was called to pick up decks that sort of reflected that quote-unquote fantasy world that you may be living in right now. I don't know what's going on. I do feel like there's a heaviness of heart. So in the pre-shuffle, I got some decks out and I have some more over here. The only card that came out was the King of Pentacles. And what I heard was you can't stay grounded. Can't stay grounded. And I think that's true. From what I'm feeling, it's like as though you are caught up here and you're trying to be positive and trying to create I don't know, an environment, a world in where you are not sad or disappointed. Yeah, so that was my pre-shuffle. That was I was getting these feelings when I came down, and I was just trying to focus on your collective, and that's what all of a sudden I felt a heavy heart, and like someone was sad, and I felt sad. So that was pre-shuffle. Before coming on camera, I did my meditation that I always do before every reading, where I tune in. I commit myself to the reading, to the collective. And this is what I got. It's deep and it's heavy, in my opinion. So I heard the word supplication, and that is like begging, praying, asking for, right? I then saw like hands up in prayer. But the coolest part of my entire meditation and message that came through, and I am looking down, but I really don't need to, was an angel that all of a sudden, after I seen these hands up in prayer, just a streak of like white light. It was just energy. And I saw the huge wings just quickly just like zoom right in front of me. Like the Flash, like the superhero, the Flash. And it was like as though that angel just, as soon as they heard you, they're there. They're helping you. Sorry, you're on a tripod and I'm probably moving it. And it was so amazing. Like as though you have your own Flash at your command. Anytime you're asking for something, or you're praying for something, or begging for some pain to go away, that angel is with you, and it's there in an instant. Yeah. So I'm not sure if you feel that presence, And if you don't, it's okay, because you're in whatever you're in. But please know it's true and they're there. I mean, it was amazing to see. Amazing. It was just awesome. So the next thing I saw in a field was a very large circus tent, and the flaps were open in the front. So I went in. And when I went into the circus tent, it felt like it was all dark. There weren't lights or anything, but there was light somehow, like filtering through the seams of this tent. And it felt like I was in a market, but there were like stalls on each side, which I've never been, like in a tent. You would think that there's a ring in the middle, and no, there was nothing like that. But the stalls on either side of myself going through this tent were endless. And it just kept going and going. And the tent no longer felt circular, it just kept going. And I thought to myself, or the first thing that came to me was, are you stuck in what you perceive to be a circus? Like, you can't find your way out of chaos of a circus, in a negative connotation. So there's so much commotion around you, you're looking for a way out, like I was, and it just kept going and going and going. And I knew at that point that whatever you've been dealing with has been going on for a bit. I don't know how long. I don't know. I don't know how long. But the fact that it just kept going and going and going was telling me that you felt lost, tired, at your wit's end about whatever is happening to you. So then everything, went away. And then at the end, I saw a shoreline. It was with rocks, and it was really beautiful. And the shoreline was like an ocean shoreline. And in the distance, I saw an enormous beam of light, and I looked up, and it was a lighthouse. And I knew that lighthouse was there, showing me the way around the treacherous rocks in the shoreline. And I knew that you are also being guided. You are also being supported. No one has forgotten about you. They're there, and they are shining that light. And it was during the day. It wasn't even at night, and that light was on. So they're there 24/7, helping you and with you. It's like, and I wrote down here, showing the way to safety. So this is, I think, this is a serious one. So I don't know what you guys are going through. I don't imagine it can be for the entire collective. But for those that this does resonate with, we're going to get to the bottom of it and see what's coming for you for the end of the month. By the end of the month, right? I'm left with hope and love and affection. And that's a good sign, because that means that's what's coming for you. That's what's coming for you. And that's what you have around you. And I feel like right now you're protecting yourself in some kind of fragile bubble. Maybe escaping again in a world of fantasy and fairy tale. And and I understand that. But I feel like it's time for you to pull yourself out of that. And that you're strong enough to handle whatever is going on. Be present and get through it, because I think that your healing is starting, or you're getting to a point where your healing it's moving forward. And I think they're telling you you're strong enough, and that they're there. You're not alone. They're there with you, guiding you every step of the way. Maybe they're saying, don't think you're alone. Know that you're not alone. It's going to be okay. You guys are strong. I'm just worried that you're caught up so much in your head, in your air element, and not allowing the balance of everything that you need in order to continue healing to the next step. So let's see what the cards have for us. We'll see you then. Bye. All right, we're here. Let's see. We're going to pull some oracle cards. We're going to pull some tarot. We're going to get to the bottom of what's going on. Let's see. I hope that you guys are well. I hope that you guys are well. And I hope that by the end of this video, for those that are going through a difficult time or a challenging time, will feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel. All right, for Gemini, can we get one card, please, for Gemini? And for the Gemini Collective. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have a flaming heart. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. For Gemini. Okay, that came out fast. Bottom of the deck, we have manifest your true intentions. It's part of the be impeccable with your word suit. Manifest your true intentions. Regardless of what language you speak, your intent will manifest through the word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will be manifested through the word. This is a weather oracle. Let's see what kind of weather is going on now in your mind, around you. Let's see. Where does Gemini find themselves? All right. And then we have dew on the bottom of the deck. Let's get a card about career and money and see what comes out. One card for Gemini, please. Okay. Bottom of the deck is feather. Abundance, easy money, divine intervention. Definitely. It's that angel. Careers that align with feather are light work, air-related, undecided, and travel. All right, I'm going to pull. Do I have anything else? You know what? Let's do, I pulled out the Citadel for an archetype card. Let's see. Happy birthday. I hope that your birthday was, okay, that came out fast. I don't know if I keep shuffling. I'll take it. I hope that your birthday was good. And I hope that you were fulfilled and were surrounded by those that love you and appreciate you. All right, we have at the bottom, the Smith. With overthinking and taking action. The duality, right, of overthinking or taking action. Looks like the twins, huh, of Gemini. Have you been caught in that loop of, do I take action? Or have you been stuck envisioning and not taking action on your vision? This is a double major tarot. It has two, that was fast. It has two sets of majors plus the court cards. One set is traditional or has a traditional imagery, and the other set is in the vein of like the after tarot, where it depicts the scene moments after the original RWS image. Let's see what we have in the bottom of the deck. Justice. And this is definitely after, or it's a different version of tarot, of the Justice card. This is a different version of the Justice card where she's blindfolded sword down. So not enacting necessarily harsh justice or making a decision based on, I was going to say based on facts, but more her intuition and what she knows to be true and to be right. Interesting. Okay. Maybe you feel this is what's happened to you, that you've had an injustice in your life in some aspect where it didn't go fairly. There was maybe bias in there that you are not happy with. Okay. This is definitely getting interesting. All right, what are we looking at? I have the little deck of love affirmations. Forgiveness fell out. Forgive mistakes and communicate openly to move forward together. I release resentment and embrace forgiveness as the keys to freedom. I'm definitely taking this. This goes really well with what I was just saying with the Justice card. Maybe this is what's been going on. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Reflection. Regularly reflect on your relationship journey to enhance further development. Reflecting together deepens our bond and enriches our path. Forgiveness comes after the reflection. Does someone hurt you? Oh, then you have trust. Again, trust came out in also Taurus and Aries. This is crazy. Be steadfast in your actions to gradually build trust. I feel that you've had a hard time of something, Gemini, and that sucks. I can feel I have a heaviness of empathy. I have a lot of empathy for you. Not a heaviness of any negativity. Nothing's going to happen. This has already happened. What I'm feeling is sad for you, bad for you. Yeah. So if no one's told you, I'm sorry that you've gone through whatever this is, that you have felt the way you have felt, or still feel maybe a little bit, or are, I think you're pulling yourself out of this. And I'm sending you a big hug, really big hug. So if you haven't received that from anyone, you're receiving it from me. So accept that from me, because it's as real as if it was the person in the room right next to you. Okay, let's do the tarot. We're going to do a simple spread today. I pulled out, I'm looking right now, the Tarot of Curious Creatures. So let's see what we have for you, and let's figure this out together. I'm going to pull them, and then we're going to start with the oracles. Once one drops, I will then pull the rest. All right, I'm going to take these. I don't know how they're going to land. Current, influencing. All right, let's see what I have here. Current, influencing, past. What this reading is all about, moving forward, what's going to happen, what's going on, your thoughts on all of this. We need two more. Since they fell, I'm going to let them fall if they do. Two more. We needed one for advice. Please, Spirit. Advice. And one for outcome, please, Spirit. Outcome, please. See, this is going with the flow. My intention was to do it like I did for the other ones, the way I normally do it for this short spread. And the universe says, nope, it's going to be how it's going to be. Get on board or be frustrated. And I definitely won't be frustrated. So, all right. Bottom of the deck, what are we looking at? We're looking at the Hierophant. I think someone's going to help you. The Moon, Eight of Wands. Oh my gosh. That's literally like the angel that I saw. Okay. We'll see what this is all about. Let's start with your oracle cards, huh? Let's see what comes up. You know what? I'm also going to do this now so I don't wait to the end. This, in here we have some witches runes, we have some Nordic runes, and we also have some astrology in here. Dicer runes also. Only one? Oh. Okay, this is amazing. This is the Wunjo rune. This is joy. This is ecstasy. This is celebration after hard-earned battles. I just want to let you know that by the end of the month, you're going to be feeling better, stronger. You're going to feel content with how things are evolving in whatever situation this is. You could not ask for a nicer rune to get. The Sowilo would have been nice, which is like the sun. But, I mean, joy. Isn't that what we're all looking and searching for? So, oh, that's so beautiful. It makes me so happy. Okay, I feel better. I already feel like the mood's lightening. Let's start. All right, we have a woman playing a large, or she's playing herself as a large instrument. What, an oboe? I'm not really sure what these are. Oh, that's beautiful. Aww. And she's on, on the music, right? On the music stand, you have people. So she's calling in. This is the supplication. This is you calling in for help, calling in your tribe. But I really think this is your cosmic tribe. This is your team. They're hearing your pleas for help. They're hearing your wishes. It's beautiful. Okay. We have stay in the present moment. Yeah, that definitely goes with the idea, or what I heard with the King of Pentacles, of not being grounded, of being stuck daydreaming because it feels so good in contrast to what's going on. And you may be up here and not in reality, in dealing with your problems head on. Let's see what this says. Let's see. Always do your best. So keep your attention on today and stay in the present moment. This is the beginning of a new understanding, a new dream. So is there reconciliation with someone? Is there reconciling with the circumstances at hand? Accepting what is, because what is at this moment. And not avoid dealing with things head on. We have snow. Yeah, this goes back to being frozen. This is going along with this idea that you are stuck in a fairy tale. And when I say that, I just mean that you're in a place potentially in your mind, part of you, and where you're just, you've put yourself maybe existing in a magical wonderland, right? That's what this just gave me. Because it feels better to be here than it is in reality, or dealing with what's going on around you. Because it does look idyllic and beautiful. Wow, so much from these cards. Then we have award. That's wonderful. Winning money, payoff for effort, recognition. Careers are associated with the word award. Advancement, advancement, professional work, and fame. Did you not win an award? Did you lose out to someone else? Did you lose out a position to someone else? Did you lose a love interest to someone else? I mean, those things unfortunately rock our self-esteem, our self-worth, especially if there was some maybe, I mean, I don't know the situation and I don't want to be disparaging of other people, but maybe there was some nepotism at play or some personal biases at play. I'm just saying possibly. Or you may think there have been underhanded motives in you losing out on something. The warrior, perfectionism and burnout. Yeah. You may feel like you gave it your all and still did not get the prize. Geminis are so adept, very successful. Yeah. Oh, Queen of Swords. Okay. I think this Queen of Swords is you. But I think the way that she's holding that mirror, this is like the after version. And I was going to say, even before I even realized that mirror was there, because I just saw the Queen of Swords, it's you being harsh on yourself. It's like the Queen of Swords in reverse for me. That you have been so disappointed with your loss, with your quote unquote performance potentially. You have retreated. Yeah. And the sword is down. For me, in this instance, with the sword down, I am looking at the sword this time as being truth and honesty. The sword being down leads me to believe that you are putting it aside and not being fair to yourself. You're not being honest with yourself in your self-evaluation or your self-flagellation. Interesting. So that's why it's tucked away, because you don't want to be reminded of, that you may be being a little harsh. But there's that dualism, right? Where you're putting yourself and taking care of your inner child or your inner self-worth in a bubble, potentially. But I think that you're also upset with yourself and disappointed with yourself at the same time. And then we have that forgiveness card. Yeah. Forgiving mistakes and communicate openly to move forward together. I think this is just as much for yourself as it is for another person. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what this is about. Let's look at your current, the fact that the Wunjo rune is here, it makes me very, very happy. Okay, let's look at your current energy. Queen of Wands. Interesting. What's influencing that Queen of Wands? Three of Swords. Yeah. Okay. Your heart has been broken. And hearts can be broken for several reasons. It does not necessarily mean it's a relationship or a romantic relationship, but it very well could be here, especially with what I said before regarding that award. You may have lost your interest, or you may have lost your romantic interest, like your person that you have interest in, to someone else. And I have to say it because it's coming out. And if this is work related, as I have been alluding to previously, because again, when we're doing tarot, these are really karmic lessons that we are all experiencing. So if I'm pulling a collective of Gemini, you may be, several of you, right? A good portion of you may be experiencing these lessons of self-doubt, of grounding, of forging on, of resilience, of learning to lose, right? To be a good loser, not a sore loser. In many different ways. It could be love related. It could be at work. It could be breaking up with your best friend, you know. There could be so many different ways that this karmic lesson is being presented to you or that you're experiencing. And I think that's not said often enough. And also to explain why we can apply what the feelings are to so many different experiences. So again, if this is to do with your relationship, like the Queen of Wands, you have been shining and your confidence has been amazing, right? You have been the Queen of Wands. You are the Queen of Wands, right? But something has cut you deep and has knocked you down a peg or two. I don't know what it is, but I think that's what you've been experiencing. And I think that you've been trying to heal or distract yourself in ways that are no longer healthy and no longer helpful for you to move forward. But you're getting there. You have your help of your guardian angels. You have the help of your team. You potentially have angels in the 3D in this world that are coming in to help and push you along and, you know, protect you with their feathers and their wings. And I mean, you definitely have some team that is protecting you like a small child. And I think that's so beautiful, because I think this is all really attacking in the end your inner child. You are being triggered potentially by wounds from when you were a child. And that is why I feel you have been taking comfort in these decks of whimsy, of childlike wonder, of safety, of sweetness, not harsh depictions of life like in other tarot decks, and in fantasy, because experiencing a Three of Swords with, you know, this bird woman or this Queen of Wands with, you know, this female, I don't know, a tigress, is different than experiencing it sometimes in a more realistic, harsher depiction. And I think that you have needed this type of environment to soothe away your worries and build yourself up again. I now understand. I see it, and I don't see it, I actually feel it. Yeah. And you've been doing all this to protect your heart. Look at that flaming heart underneath that glass dome. You've had to do this and go here so that you could protect your heart. Keep it beating. Keep that fire within. All right, let's see what your past is. The Three of Cups. Ah. I'm just going to come out and say it. If this is a love relationship, I rarely pick up on, like, I can see the idea or the feeling or the essence of where you are in your heart space, but I don't pick up on things like this often. But I am today. If this is a love relationship, I do think, where I have alluded to in the past, throughout this video, I believe, you could have lost your partner, and you may feel like it's because of someone else. It may be. I'm not saying it's not. Again, I just don't want to be disparaging of everyone involved because I don't know what's going on. But I think that I think that's where that's what's happening. I think that's what potentially has been happening to you. If it's in a love relationship, or you feel like it's because of someone else that you've lost that person, or that interest from that person, because I'm even getting that potentially you were not in a relationship with this person, or an exclusive relationship with this person, but that you had hopes to be, and that you now find yourself on the outs because there's someone else who's captured the heart of this person, and that's broken your heart. All right. If, again, in the past with the Three of Cups, if this is work related, I definitely see that there was a celebration of an achievement that wasn't yours, and that broke your heart. Someone got promoted above you or over you getting it. Someone won an award. Someone won something, achieved something that you wanted, or that you thought you deserved, or that you really worked hard for. And in the end, it went to another person. And that is really disappointing. But you have the Wunjo rune here. Things are going to work out. And I think that you're going to start seeing a light at the end of the tunnel by the end of this month. All right, let's see what else. What is this all about? Knight of Pentacles. So most likely work. Something that you have put so much work and effort into. That you have been so diligent, right, as the warrior, with your perfectionism, and even potentially at a point of burnout of how much work and effort you put into this. But you also have been continuing, right? The Knight of Pentacles does not give up. And you have had to figure out how to continue in spite of what this is. And you're doing it. You are doing it. There's no question. You also have the Dew card. I just wanted to bring that up. And it's so beautiful. And dew is like on that early morning, right? Break of dawn. You get to see dew on this beautiful spider web. And it glistens and it looks like glass or stars. It's just beautiful. You know, your web is not broken. Your web is still there. And it is being not only cleansed by the dew, it's collecting the dew in all of its magic. You are being resuscitated and given life with the dew to keep moving once again and to keep going after your dreams, because you are the Knight of Pentacles at this time. All right, let's look at what are your thoughts and feelings right now. Of course, Seven of Swords. It was bound to show up. It was literally bound to show up. Okay. Yeah. In this instance, I see the Seven of Swords as its classical, you know, definition that everybody learns when they first learn the Seven of Swords. I think that there's been the appearance to you of some underhanded things. There's been deception, lies, and this is your headspace, right? This is what you are imagining or have seen. This is where you are. These are your thoughts about what's been going on and what will be going on. So this is where you're coming from. And you definitely feel that someone got away with something. Oh my God. Look what's there. It is a circus tent, a very large circus tent. I think that you're realizing this has been going on for a while. Whatever deception that you have, that has come to light, has been going on for a while because of my vision of that circus tent going on and never ending. Like, you may have been dealing with this for a while. You may have known for a while and not wanted to believe it. Or this situation has been maybe going on has been affecting you emotionally for, wow, longer than I thought, for a few days or a week or two. You may have been bringing this along for the past couple months or experiencing this, and now you're getting out of it. With all these birds, you may have also felt like you've been subject to ridicule or gossip regarding this situation. I'm just going to put out there, it may not be the case. I think sometimes when we are caught up in these webs of lies and other people's inappropriate actions, we start viewing the world as if it's everyone and everything is also in on the joke, right? That you are the butt of every joke, that you are, that everyone thinks you're foolish or that you were blind, or, like, we go down these rabbit holes and it's not necessarily the case. I think that we don't realize, or we fail to realize, that everyone's living their lives. And I think that many are very oblivious to what's going on around them. And this world right now is so chaotic. I don't think that you have literally been on everyone's lips like you may think that you have been. And for those that have been discussing this, I think it's been with concern, empathy, and not in any derogatory way. I truly feel that. I have to say it. So, because those birds are literally looking at me and they're calling me to talk about them. Or you may feel that all these birds represent people, and that several people knew about all of this and never told you about what was going on. Which of course can be the case. That can be the case. Sometimes the person who blows the whistle is the one that looks like the bad guy in all of this. And that's unfair too, especially when they're trying to do something good. So it's no wonder why people stay quiet. It's unfortunate, but it's understandable at times. You can understand it. You don't have to agree with it. So let's look at what your advice is right now. Tower. Wow. Tower, tower, tower. This is a good tower too. She's running, looking back. Person's falling out of the tower, which you don't see. And she's like, sorry, I have to, I'm saving myself. I need to salvage what I can. I have to put myself first. And I just got all of that. So I think that's what you need to do or have been doing. This is your advice. Let the tower fall. It already has, or it's finishing, right? It's maybe at the tail end of falling. It's rocked your world. It has rocked your foundation of what you believe in. I think I'll bring in the Hierophant there. Or you're seeking help or getting advice or trying to, this is you asking for the divine communication, for the divine help, something to grip to help you move forward. Look at the keys on that necklace. You are searching for those keys to get out of this malaise. And you're ready to start practicing and moving again. Let's not forget the Smith. Overthinking and taking action. One or the other. I think you may have been stuck in the overthinking for a bit with this tower. But as advice, they're telling you, right? Like your guides, spirit, your angels are telling you, there's nothing you can do to stop the tower. It's done. What can you salvage from it, or what lessons have you learned from it? Nobody likes hearing that, especially when you're down in the dumps. I mean, I've been there. Nobody wants to hear that. But I can tell you from experience, healing is possible. Growth is absolutely guaranteed from this. Even if you're dragged fighting from this and dragged from this, not accepting it, I mean, growth is going to happen to you no matter what. I do have issues in saying the cliche things with the tower and these other cards, because when I was going through very difficult things, the worst part is hearing other people tell you that it's all for a reason and it's the best thing to happen for you and you'll one day be happy about it and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to say there's absolutely truth to that, but not in those cliche ways. They are byproducts of what's happening to you. You are stronger than you know. I guess that's it. You are stronger than you know. And you will get through this. And with time, you will glean and see gifts that have come from this experience. But you are entitled to your feelings. You are entitled to be mad, to be sad, to be it all. That is what we are here to do. Experience life as human beings. Go through the emotions. They are a gift, even though we don't want to look at all of them as gifts, but they are. We are privileged to be able to experience what we experience. Let's look at your outcome. Oh. Ace of Cups. What a beautiful outcome, guys. 2 swans on the top. You have the octopus with holding the cup. You have the water. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, the octopus with its adaptability, multitasking, regenerative properties. It is one of the most intelligent creatures, as are you. I mean, Geminis are wicked smart, wicked adaptable. Your communication skills and openness is at times unparalleled. Just don't lose sight of where you want to go, and remember that you do have goals, and remember that you still need to keep moving, because I think that sometimes you can get stuck in your mind and be a prisoner to all the thoughts and all the communication that's around you and coming to you and through you. While you can wield it well, I think it can be a double-edged sword. So it's learning, right, to become that master of your own element, and maybe not being inundated by that one element. They're giving you an Ace of Cups as your outcome for the end of the month, which is amazing. But they're also telling you, hey, let's open the floodgates to your heart again, to your emotions. So if this is crying it out and talking about it, potentially even forgiving the other person or forgiving the circumstances. And again, if this is work, I don't know if it's as much forgiving someone else as it is forgiving yourself for not achieving what it was that you wanted to achieve, or that you believe that you were going to achieve. It's done and over with, but it doesn't mean that the next promotion or that next award or that next whatever this isn't yours. And it may even be better because you handled this failure, this loss with dignity and respect for yourself and others, and that will catapult you in receiving that gift that you will be happy with, feel content with, have that joy with. Because this is joy, this is fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. It's self-love. Let's get back to that love, that self-love, that inner child. Fill your cup. Maybe this relationship, if it was a relationship, was taking away from your cup. Maybe your cup was so empty because you kept pouring into another person's cup, thinking that will keep them or keep them tethered to your relationship, to your bond. No. That cup is now yours. That water, all that is yours. Fill your cup so that you can now fill others. Swim in love and joy that is out there. You are surrounded by it so that you can attract love and joy. You guys are going to be okay. You are. Even if you don't want to hear it, you're going to be okay. You are okay. You can do this, and you are doing it. So, sorry if there's a little tough love in here. It's funny because it really did turn out to be very similar in what I got in my meditation, but this is, nobody wants to be in this situation, but it's okay. Now you've been through the situation. Now you get to go and do something else. You get to rebuild how you want to rebuild. You don't have to then just accept or put up with or just, resign yourself to things being the way they are because they're the way they are. You now get to be the architect of what you want next. So go do that. But here, right, in the 3D, in your relationships, at work, not just in your mind, in those castles that you've built for yourself to play in. Bring them down into the reality. Bring them down into this physical plane. Ground yourself here and now. And let's not forget that King of Pentacles and what he was saying about you're not grounding yourself. You feel ungrounded. Let's ground you into your reality again, because this has shaken you, and rightly so. It would shake me. It would shake pretty much anybody I know. So let's ground yourself. Go for walks. Go outside. Look at the moon. I always say the same thing. Look at the moon. Go get some sun if there is any sun. Touch a tree. Sit on a balcony. Sit on a stoop. Walk down a busy street in a really big metropolis and hear the noises. Take them in. The cars, the taxis, the beeping, all the conversations around you. Life bustling here on earth. If you're in a country setting, listen to the crickets. Go look at the dragonflies that are emerging. Go get tadpoles. Sit on a dock. Put your feet in. That's how you can ground. You don't need money to ground. It's all around you. It's all our existence. It's all Gaia. It's all here in different forms. Just do it, because you owe it to yourself. You owe it to that child, that inner child. You owe it to your teen too, because they're there. They want to go on a stroll with you in the park. They want to walk down a busy street with you. They want to see you smile and giggle or be surprised by something in the here and now, in the present. That's your way of saying thank you. That's your gratitude for their constant protection, constant guidance. I mean, you literally have a Flash-esque guardian angel. I have never seen that in my life. In all the visions that I've had and all the meditations, and I've never seen that before. And it's amazing, amazing. And it makes me laugh. And all I can think about is Big Bang Theory with Sheldon. And when he when he puts on his Flash costume. I'm telling you, you guys are so protected. Enjoy it. Use that as your security blanket. Know that it's true. Feel that it's true, because you do know. Just quiet your mind. You know that's true. And let's work on rebuilding. So I'm hoping that next month's reading is going to be one step further. Who knows what's going to come out? Maybe new love, maybe promotion, maybe new job. Whatever it is, we can do this together. And I hope that you come back. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye.